A key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs. Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom.
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
George Barrow, 1968. That's when this all began for me. Follow the maps, find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait, George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death... Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
This looks useful.
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress in the immediate moments before death. Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door. It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. Is that recording? Shut it off.
Now this has to be important. Ooh, a new vinyl for my collection.
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the?
I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek, drawing closer to the anniversary. None of us are innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst that I can. I don't know. Do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you, but that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say that I should say, but my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
The written report I found doesn't mention it at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
Unless he got it when the police collected his body, I guess someone else must have moved him after he was dead to where he was eventually found.
But the report, what is going on here?
I found a police report. Mentions a friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that. I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But Sandra is still alive. Once we're done down here, we should give her a call.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened to George.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the whistling man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed those people. Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident, and they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
Thank God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really, how are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
This is our job, Peggy. We gotta do it.
You're right. So, what's the plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line. Okay, Forrest, shut the music off.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you? Goose?
Plunker, hey, it's the Radio Man, Forrest Nash.
Radio Man? What's up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Right on.
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd. So we're hanging out, bro.
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
No, it's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her.
Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
I can't blame you. I'd be jumpy too.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought...
Easy. We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Well, can you think of any reason why you'd have been targeted?
No, I don't think so.
All right. When you were attacked earlier, you mentioned a name. Clive.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
We found evidence to the contrary.
But
It's true.
And we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
how? I saw him destroy them.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but we found them. And we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick. For me, he used both. You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat,
and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said, and that if I ever spoke about this, he'd beat me to within an inch of my life. I don't know why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You have to understand. She needed me.
We understand.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
God, I just want this nightmare to end.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia. So, Virginia's tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who? Why cover up these details? Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death. Do you want to call her?
I do.
All right, but before we go asking questions, I think we should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah, we need to ask her about finding the body. She was the one who discovered it, but something just doesn't add up.
100%. She knows more than she's saying.
I wonder what she's hiding.
We'll hopefully find out soon. Anyway, just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
All right, calling her now. Hopefully she's at her jazz studio. Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello, this is Sandra at Jazz Pizzazz Jazz Studio. Who's this?
Hello again, Sandra! It's Forrest Nash of 189.16, The Scream. And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around. How jazzy. What can I do for you?
Well, we're trying to understand what's behind the attacks tonight. We had a few questions.
Why, Forrest, of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes to just about anything you asked.
Really? Well, that sounds nice. I might just call you back tomorrow then, too.
Oh, you got my number. But what about tonight? Is there anything you want to talk about right now?
Remember why we called, Forrest?
Of course. Do you know why the Whistling Man might have targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well, we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
Have you had to keep quiet about anything? Any secrets you've had to keep?
What would I have to keep quiet about?
I don't know. I mean, could be that you've seen something or heard something.
I never saw anything. And even if I did, what would that matter? And it was years ago.
Sandra, are you okay?
It was years ago.
We know, Sandra.
You do? You know about?
Yes. Of course.
This studio is my life. After I found the body in the river, I couldn't lose my studio. Do you understand?
Sure. I understand.
When the rent just kept going up, he said he'd stop if I just needed to keep quiet. And everything would be okay.
Of course. We understand.
I mean, it's not like I killed him. What was the harm in saying I found him in the reservoir instead of the river, right? Right? I'm sorry. I can't do this.
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great, Forrest.
Well, folks, if anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on tonight, please call in.
That's good timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
Welcome to 189.16 The Scream, with me, your host, Forrest Nash.
Hi, Forrest. I know this is really out of the blue with everything happening tonight, but I wondered if you could send a special birthday message to my uncle.
You want to do that now? Really?
Why? Of course now. It's his birthday. I won't have a chance to do it again until next year.
May as well, Forrest.
Fine. What's his name?
Thank you, Forrest. He's my Uncle Ronnie. His first name's Peter, but he never liked his name. But since he always had salt and pepper hair, even as a kid, can you believe it? Folks always called him Pepper.
Thanks for the history lesson. Is there anything besides happy birthday you would like to say to Mr. Pepper? Oh my god damn it!
Yes! Tell him he can get the best birthday deals and party packages here at Putney's Pizza. Starting at just...
You son of a bitch! Stop calling us! God damn it, Peggy. This is your fault.
My fault?
I said I didn't want to do it.
Don't blame me because Brian Ponte can't control himself. Don't worry. We've already got another caller on the line. Just pick it up, okay?
This is 189.16, The Scream. I'm Forrest Nash. You're on the air, caller. Caller. Ponte.
Ponte's Pizza always delivers! Come rain or sleet or whistling man, we'll be there!
Forrest? Forrest? Are you okay? Forrest?
I hope the whistling man gets in with his own pizza slicer.
Jesus, Forrest?
Sorry. That was too much.
It's okay. It's been a high-stress night. Don't worry about him anymore, okay? Not for tonight, anyway. I think he's spent for now. We've got another call, whenever you're ready.
Folks, don't spend your money at Ponte's Pizza. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving along, I'd like to welcome another caller to 189.16 The Scream. With me, Forrest Nash. Who may I say is calling?
Well, hello again, Forrest.
Dawn. I bet I know why you're calling. I'm sorry I didn't play your song. There's a lot going on. But please?
Never mind that now. First, I'm calling because I need your help.
Are you in danger?
I sure am.
Do you mean
Yes, he's after me now.
you?
I think so. He must have heard me on the radio helping you.
Right. Okay. Tell us everything.
I was out following a lead, trying to work out who would be next after Chuck.
And what happened?
And I started to feel like I was being followed. I came back to my apartment building, but this newfangled security system has me locked out. I need you to help me get inside.
Can a neighbor let you in?
I only moved in last week. I don't know anybody yet. There's not even a buzzer here, only the keypad for the entry code. I need that code to get inside.
Which apartment block do you live in? Maybe one of our listeners lives there too.
It's the new Woodside apartment building between the town hall and the trailer park, but I doubt any of your listeners live there. I don't have many neighbors.
Sounds like a prime piece of real estate.
The sound really carries at night. Shit.
Is that a neighbor's dog? Order delivery form. Starling must have left this by accident. The system's not even installed at Woodside.
Yes, it is. Boy, I wish he'd muzzle that thing and... Oh. And now he's blasting David Scopo out of his window. This night can't get any... The whistling man. He's coming down the street. I don't think he's seen me yet. Forrest, please. I need your help. I need the code for that security system, or I'm gonna die.
What's your neighbor's name? Starling 4000. User manual. Ah, these codes should come in handy.
I don't know my neighbors, remember? Please, I need to get in.
What's the name of the security system?
There's a sticker on the box. It says Starling Security 4000. There's a keypad, and it looks like it wants a 6-digit number.
We'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Forrest.
Yeah, of course. Don't worry, Don.
Thank you, Forrest. I knew I could count on you. I'll sit out of sight. Call me back soon.
All right, folks. Here's a little tune for you all to enjoy while I try to break Dawn into her apartment. You were pretty quiet there, Peggy.
Forrest, was it just me, or was there something...
It wasn't just you. Something was weird about that.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, we have a Starling 4000 or whatever here at KFAM. Clive bought one for the station. Maybe we can find something to help. Well, I'm not sure who, but to help someone.
Okay, so she's locked out of the Woodside Apartments, and somewhere, Clive probably has the papers for the Starling 4000.
Welcome back, Forrest. Find anything?
The Starling 4000 security manual. It's got a bunch of codes.
Good. And did you find anything else?
I saw a list of everyone else who bought the Starling 4000. Know who was on there?
Oh my god. Roller Ricky! Do you think we should give him a call? Is that crazy? I don't know what you'd say, but...
That might be a good idea.
Okay, one moment. I got the number here. Patching you through.
Shit.
He probably can't hear it over the music. Forrest, I don't know about this. This is super weird.
Just put me through to Don. I'll take care of this one way or another.
Okay, if you say so. When you're ready, shut the music off. Line 1, whenever you're ready.
Don, are you there? This is Forrest Nash from 189.16, The Scream.
Oh, thank God you're back. I'm so afraid. What's the code to the gate?
The code is 191519.
Thank you, Forrest. Son of a bitch. Ah!
Is she?
Yeah, stay out! Nobody disrespects the sanctity of the ring! Don't ever come back here again! I'm calling the cops!
Thank God.
Hello? Is someone there?
Ricky, get back inside and turn on the radio. Whoever that was, she was trying to break into the ring.
She? Forrest, man, you got no idea. That was him! That was the whistling man! The alarm gave me just enough time to get my rifle. I don't like hurting folk, but I can't let anything happen to Maxie. He's my best friend, you know? Listen, man, I'm heading back inside. Gonna barricade that window. My man, thank you. You and Peggy can skate for free whenever you want, forever. That's a done deal.
Thanks, Ricky. Can't wait.
You got it. Talk to you soon.
Okay, Gallows Creek, here's some music while we process what just happened.
So the whistling man is a woman?
I know. I can't believe it.
She called up. You spoke to her multiple times.
I knew she wasn't right.
Is that right, Sherlock? Why do you think she requested that song?
To get me outside?
Maybe, but how? She didn't know the song was outside to start with.
That's right. She never actually attacked me out there.
So? What now?
I guess I should make an announcement. We do have new info.
Okay, kill the music and you can make the announcement. Okay, you're live in 3, 2...
Hey folks, this is Forrest Nash here. I hope you're all safely locked inside. For those of you listening to that last call, you might be wondering what to make of it all. Here's our take. We now believe the killer is actually a woman, one who might manipulate you into letting her in before she attacks you. We're neighbors. Look out for each other and stay safe. The killer was calling themselves Dawn. This could be a fake name. If anyone needs help or you have info on the killer, please call in. You folks have my new number, right? It's 911. Hopefully, our next caller can help shed some light on our killer.
Hey, we had a call come in.
Okay, folks, time to take a call. You're through to Forrest Nash on 189.16, The Scream.
Hey, man.
Murphy?
Damn straight.
What's going on, Murphy? You in danger again?
Nah, man. I've just been listening to the show here at home. And since you asked folks to call in if they could help out, well, I'm calling. I don't know if I can say as much as other folks have, but I figure I wouldn't be a good role model to Fernando if I didn't try to help, you know?
We really appreciate that.
100%. Thank you, Murphy.
Oh, thanks. So, what do you want to know?
Well, what can you tell us?
I don't know, really.
All right. Well, do you know anything about the death of George Barrow?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. What about the killer herself?
Herself? Man, I didn't get my ass kicked by a lady. The man I went toe-to-toe with was a man.
You heard the last call, right, Murphy?
Yep,
So you know it's a woman, and you were trained by a VHS, Murphy.
I know, but... Man, how could it have been a woman under that mask?
Let's just move on. Do you know anything about the history of the Whistling Man?
No, sir. Tonight's the first time I ever heard of him.
What?
I moved here 3 years ago, man. What do you want from me?
Nothing. You and Fernando just stay safe.
Right. Sorry I couldn't help y'all more, man. Now, if you'd have asked me about gators...
Forrest, we have a call coming in.
Sorry, Murphy. I think that's all we've got time for right now.
All right. I'll catch y'all with the gator talk later. Night!
Well, folks, that was a bust. But perhaps our next caller has more they can tell us. Let's find out. This is Forrest Nash, and you're listening.
Please help me. My name is Casey Moore. I'm at 25 Nancy Drive. My best friend's been stabbed. He's bleeding everywhere. I don't know what to do. Please help me.
Somebody's been stabbed? Can you tell me what happened?
We'd been out at the reservoir. We were heading back to his place when we heard this whistling all of a sudden. He just started freaking out. He screamed at me, told me to hide. I'd never seen him like that, and I just panicked and ran and hid in a bush.
Oh no. Forrest.
Then what happened?
He went up the road and talked to someone. I couldn't really hear or see anything. It sounded like he might have known the person, and they just stabbed him.
Casey, was his attacker the Whistling Man?
The who? They had a mask and wore all black? That's all I know. Please, we need help here.
I'll get you help, but I need to know. Where did the masked person go?
They left. They left him to bleed out. waited until they were gone, then dragged him into the garage and called 911.
Wait, why didn't she make sure he was dead?
I don't know. I think I heard them say something like, "It's not so funny now, is it?" Before they left, but please, he needs to get to the hospital. I can't drive, so we need an ambulance.
Forrest, the ambulance was destroyed in the explosion at the gas station. You should get all the info you can.
Can you tell us where your friend was stabbed?
They stabbed him in the stomach, and then stabbed him again in his leg when he was on the ground, and it's... Oh, the knife is still there in his leg!
What's your friend's name, Casey?
It's Jason Parker!
We'll be right back. Peggy, patch us through to the hospital.
On it. Phoning St. Gabriel's now. Switch to line 2.
Hello, St. Gabriel's Hospital. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Forrest Nash from 189.16. We have a stab victim at 25 Nancy Drive named Jason Parker. He's been stabbed in the stomach and the leg. He's bleeding heavily.
Oh God, I'm sorry. But the ambulance is... well, you know.
I know, but please, we need something, or he's going to die.
Forrest, listen, you're going to have to get him here. We need to see him, and we can't get there ourselves right now.
We don't have any way to drive him right now. And even if we did, he's bleeding out fast.
All right, listen. We need to buy him time to get here. That means stopping the blood first, and then finding someone to stabilize him. To stabilize him, you really need someone with first aid training. Do either of you have any?
No.
Me neither.
Damn it. I'm really sorry about this, but I have other patients who can't wait. All I can do is talk you through the procedure as quick as I can, and then leave the rest to you. You think you can handle that?
Hit me. I'm sure we can handle it.
Okay, from the top. If he's bleeding out, then you need to get him comfortable and try to stem the bleeding. Lay him down. Apply continuous pressure directly to the affected areas. When the bleeding slows, get a clean cloth of some kind and hold it over the wounds.
Get them comfortable. Apply pressure. Clean cloths when slowed. Got it. I think.
You said he was stabbed, right? If the object he was stabbed with is still in him, don't take it out. It's stopping the worst of the bleeding right now. If anything, you should secure it so it stays where it is.
I wouldn't have thought of that. It makes sense, though. God, that was a lot of info. But I think we can handle this.
Glad you got it so far, because there's more to go.
I'm still with you, Doc. What else do we need to know?
If he's lost a lot of blood, he may enter shock. If he does, act fast. If you applied a cloth and it's bleeding through, don't remove it. Just apply another on top of it. If it's safe, elevate his legs to get blood circulating to his vital organs. Try to keep him warm. Get him to rest and reassure him. We need the patient to stay calm.
All right, don't replace bandages, elevate his legs, keep him warm and calm. This is a lot.
I'm really sorry. That's as much as I can give you right now. Try to stop the bleeding, find someone to get him stabilized, and get him here as quick as you can. Good luck.
All right, Forrest. Casey's still on line 1.